In this lesson, we're going to be talking about toy play. You wouldn't think that toy play would be an important thing to teach a puppy, but appropriate play, appropriate toys, these are all super important when we have our puppies. And it's so hard to decide what kind of toys to get our dogs when we go to the pet store or Walmart or Target or anywhere like that. So I want to talk about the different kinds of toys that we like to play with. So we love to play tug. There's all different kinds of tugs that you can use. In your biting video, you will see the fleece tug that we play with. I get most of my tugs off of cleanrun.com because they have a lot of furry tugs. This one has some elastic in the center, so you have furry on one side, you have furry on the other side. This just has fur on one side and it has a handle for you. When you're playing tug with your dog, your puppy, it's very important that you're not pulling the tug out of their mouth. It's just a gentle tug that you're playing. So I'm going to just lead her around like this. I'm going to let her tug a little bit and then I'm going to drop. The reason for that is because we don't want to hurt their necks yanking it out. We definitely don't want to pull out any teeth. So if you have a puppy that's not engaging like Loki here, what we would do is we would hit it on the floor a couple of times, get her interested. And then when I play tug, I do a little bit of growling. Oh, Jiggy. Oh, yeah, that's so good. And then I'll drop it. That way she wins because it's more fun if she wins. It's no fun if we keep taking it away from her. So I'll take this same tug and I will hit it on the floor. What is that? What is that? I should get that. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's a good girl. And so when she grabs a hold, I'm just going to lead her a little bit. I'm going to let her do most of the tugging. Oh, that was so good. I'm going to pat her on the sides. I'm going to growl at her. We're going to tug a little bit, and then I'm going to drop it so that she wins. Now, there's a game that's called the two toy game, and I brought two identical toys here. So both of these have fur on them, and they also have little balls that are perfect for her little mouth, just like this. So with the two toy game, this will help start teaching a drop it before you use the word drop it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one toy and I'm going to hide it behind me just to begin with. I'm going to move this one out of the way. So I'm going to take this one, and she likes the other end. So I'm going to tug, 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 and then I'm going to put that one down. Loki. She dropped it all the way there. And I would hit this one on the floor, and then I would let her play with this one. So we're going to tug, 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 and hopefully I would already have this one. So I'm going to grab this one really quick. And so with that one in her mouth, all I'm going to do is make this one more fun. So, Loki. 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 Poppy, poppy. And I'm going to hit this one on the floor. That's going to make it more fun. So now she has this one, and while she has that one in her mouth, now I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to hit this one on the floor, make it active, just like this, so it's the fun one. I'm going to wait for her to drop that one out of her mouth. She's like, I want both of them. Loki, do you want this one? Oh, good girl, good girl. And then I'm going to tug, 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 just like this. And then I would get the other toy out, and then I would make this one active. So I'm going to hit, 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 tug, 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 tug. And I'm going to hit, 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 hit. Hit, hit, hit. And then we switch back over to the other one. And that's the two toy game because we want them to drop the other one when they bring this one back. That one is now what we call a dead toy. And then I'm going to hit this one on the ground. She's going to play with both of the toys. So she's just learning, of course. And so I would, oh, good girl. And then this one becomes active and we play tug, 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 just like this. sides a little bit. Good girl. And then, of course, I will leave it for her. The other things that you have are stuffy toys, right? So I want you to know that some puppies, as they grow into adults, their whole life depends on them taking out the squeaker and de-stuffing it. So for those types of dogs, stuffies only in supervision, right? And we don't want them swallowing any parts of the dog toy or swallowing any stuffing or anything like that where they get a blockage. So here I have a little stuffy. It's a little duck. It's made by Kong, and it has a squeaker in it. And so this is perfect for her size, but she would outgrow this, of course. We don't want to give them anything that's they're going to choke on. This right here is a Squashmallow. This is a Grinch Squashmallow. This is Valkyrie's favorite toy. And so with this Squashmallow, let me see if I can get her interested in the Squashmallow. Oh, the Squashmallow. She says, no, I'm interested in the other one right now. So this is another type of a stuffy. And then, of course, like I said, you got just your regular stuffed animals with the squeakers in them. And so those are two other options. The other thing that we like to play here at Rocking Paw is we like to play disc. We don't do as much ball anymore because we train a lot with your discs. I do want to say, we're going to talk about it on the things that you don't want your dogs playing with or doing. But don't use tennis balls or anything with the felt on it. And you'll get that in another lesson. Go with the Chuck It balls that are rubber. Those are going to be your safer toys for your puppy. So I'm going to get her interested again. I have this disc. This is a Chuck It, and it is a zip flight. They have it in one size smaller. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger on the outside of it right here. I'm going to pull it into my body, and I'm going to roll it. I'm not going to throw it like a disc. I'm going to do a roller. So a roller, I'm going to move over so that you guys can see what that looks like. Hey, puppy, 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 puppy. And so this roller is going to go, and it's going to roll across the floor. And of course, she's going to run over and grab that. Good girl, good girl. And then we also love these rubber rings. We have a big one for the bigger dogs, but they also love this one. Again, my thumb is on my pointy finger is on the outside, and I roll it like this. So as it would roll, and it would roll away just like that so that they can chase it and grab it as they go. So again, like I said, toy play is super important for puppies. We want to teach them how to play correctly. We don't want to hurt them while they're doing it. We want them to have safe toys. Some other things that we use, this is a made by Carhartt, and I get this one at Cabela's. I'm sure you can get it at Big, oh my gosh, not Big Cedar, what is it? Bass Pro Shops as well. We use these for dock diving, but they float. They're really great, but they're also really good for just playing fetch, and they're soft for them. And then when we get into chew toys, some of the things that I use for the dogs, this is an appropriate size for Loki because she's small. I would not give this to my grown Goldens. This is beef cheek, not rawhide. We don't use rawhide. We'll talk about that in another video. This is a bone that comes from PetSafe. It has some chewable circles that are in the middle, and then it has some brushes to help keep their teeth clean. And they can also chew on the edges. We do use Nylabones around here. We also use the other brand. Zach, get that away from her. You can let go of her. She's fine. And so, what is the brand of the Benebones? We use Benebones. This is a femur bone. We use raw femur bones. They do come with some meat around them, and then they have the bone marrow on the inside. When I give my dogs raw bones, they 100% get these in their crate because they're super high value, and we don't want them nipping at children or other dogs when they are chewing on these. These are great for keeping their teeth nice and white. My dogs usually get one about once a week or once every 2 weeks, and then we'll throw away these bones. I do have a lot of trainer friends. What they'll do is they'll take these bones and then they'll shove them full of other things such as wet dog food, or they can shove them with cream cheese or anything like that, and they'll put them back in the freezer, and then they'll give them to their dogs so that they can work out the center. But I do like those. I do not give antlers anymore because they can chip the teeth. And they can also grind their teeth down when they're chewing on the insides of them, so that they grind down their canines, and so we don't want that to happen either. I do bully sticks. Our bully sticks always go into bully stick holders, because we don't want our dogs chewing them down to a smaller size and then possibly choking on them. And so this video's about toy play. Again, you see I have lots of things on bungee and strings, that way I can interact with them. And if you name the name of that company again that I get most of my tugs from, it's called Clean Run, CleanRun, cleanrun.com, and they have more tug toys and fuzzy toys that you can even imagine. They have lots of fur toys, like real fur toys, so I want you to be aware that if you use some of those, that they will pluck the hair, so the fur toys are always under supervision so that they don't eat that fur. All right, and that is our video on toy play.